Could you load any slower?
Let it go!
Looks like the whole barrel with the fire. The whole barrel with the bolt, which is kind of dumb. Alright, fuck this. Sort of this. Fucking damn it. I was doing too well. I was doing so well, I just get blown up. Look, I'm Rocky. I think that just goes crazy when I hit.
What are we doing here? What do you want?
Just hear me out, P3. Let me try to give you a different perspective, and then you can decide how to handle things. Do you know how Sechenov is planning to use Collective? What he's going to do with it?
After Collective launches, people will be able to control robots with their minds, and they won't be able to stab each other in the back anymore. Sounds nice.
I used to think that way too, but that's not how things really are. Collective isn't just about controlling robots. Sechenov will be able to control everyone who's a part of Collective. Collective is diabolical, Nechayev. It's even worse than slavery.
Bullshit. It's just the same old chain of command, but on a virtual network. What's so awful about that?
Come on, see for yourself.
Alright, let's go. Why'd you look at me like that?
At sunset, they strip off their clothes and dance nakedly, giving in to an
dancing
animalistic
nakedly.
ecstasy. Then, once
I
they
want some
transformed
animalistic
into
ecstasy.
the fanged beasts, they set off on the hunt, hungry for human flesh.
Yeah,
Dozens
disgusting
of miles
werewolves.
they cover in the darkness,
Or something.
with ferocious speed, like arrows in the night.
I have a question. Do you do drugs?
I don't know. Doesn't add up. If they can move like that, why all the trucks and bikes?
When the moon shines full, I said. Only
Yeah, I saw that she had a
nights
customer. I was thinking
month.
about that too. I was like, oh.
During their orgies of blood, they devour all in the area. In the day, they must drive to virgin lands in search of new prey. And the cause behind these monstrous horrors? Years ago, a ship from Alpha Centauri crash-landed in the Badlands. Legend tells that it carried a substance highly sought after by the vampire elite in Arasaka. It could transform Saburo's enemies into werewolves, leashed and bound to his will. But the crash
You got a problem with nomads, freak? Better shut your fat fucking mouth before I put you 6 feet under.
Hey,
You
be nice
can
for
break
everybody.
my bones, but you cannot stop the pursuit of truth.
Fuck him up, guys. Leave him alone.
Hey,
He's
hands
harmless.
off my spiritual leader. Seriously, he's harmless. Just got a few wires crossed. Leave him alone.
You know how many half-brained gunks are gonna believe the shit he's spitting? I refuse to hear about nomad cannibals one more time.
Come on. I mean, it's a little funny.
Guess you...
Oh, wait. Some quick sticks. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for not killing me.
Close call. Thank you. The truth cannot be silenced, ever.
Really? Feel better?
No problem. I mean, who's gonna tell me we faked the Mars landing if I let him knock your teeth out?
You have no faith in my words, do you? You think I don't know when I'm mocked? When they take me for a false prophet?
That's a grain of truth in what you
It's
say.
hard to take your interpretations seriously, but there is a little truth in what you say. Sometimes even more than a little.
You see
I
it
work at
too?
Aristocrat.
You know that behind a veil of darkness
I know
lurk
they are
creatures from our
vampires.
nightmares, but you fear to believe it.
You know, if you had any kind of real evidence for this grand cosmic plot,
What are you looking at?
I do!
Come on, Ko. Pay attention
Tonight!
to me.
They're meeting at an old factory in Kabuki to exchange something important. Observe them!
Let's go see.
Seize this item, this Alpha Centauri artifact. You'll see I was right from the beginning!
Yeah, okay. How do you know about it?
wait, hold on. How do you even know about this meeting?
See
Their
it in my
radio waves
dreams.
resonate within my brain. Ever since the accident, I've heard their secret broadcasts.
The accident. You know that doesn't instill confidence, right?
You don't understand! I have their co-processor in my head! I don't know how my Ripper Doc got his hands on it. But thanks to this, I can listen into their plots and schemes. If you help me, we can
Sounds
save
legit.
this planet together.
Yeah, let's do it. Me
Okay,
and you, Ko.
see what I can do. Thanks
Want
for the
another
tip,
donation?
I think.
You mustn't intervene too soon, or too late. All could be lost. The fate of humanity rests upon your shoulders. Don't let us down. Do not
Yeah.
let me down.
Let's beat up the
No
Men in
pressure,
Black
got
or
it.
Alpha Centauri douchebags, whoever they are. We'll beat them up. All right, real quick though, I want to try. I couldn't hit you before. Can I hit you now? No. Just wanted one good punch to his face. All right, so he's alive still. Yeah, he's still breathing. Hey, buddy. Still breathing? Yeah, let me make you a little bit more comfortable. Okay, whoops. I want you to be able to breathe. I forget how to set you down gently. F R Q. There you go, nice and in the street. Should have challenged me to a fist fight, and then you should have just stuck to helping and not getting to aggressive. Alright. Anyway, so yeah, let's go to there and wait for tonight. See, these are those Men in Black dudes I've been talking about. I swear they're watching him or something. Because he looks like the one from the rooftop.
Don't come near me.
Where are you? NCPD net runner. Oh, so maybe you're not like maybe I'm just thinking too hard about all this. I'm willing to see the conspiracy in this game. Well, here, let's quick save. What happens if I beat the shit out of you?
She's attacking me!
Not this again!
I didn't mean to kill him. Oh no. Weird that the cops didn't get called though. I tried to earlier in the game, to be honest, when I first met him, just because it's Ko. I was like, I just want to punch him once because he's a streamer and, you know, I know his face. So I was like, let me quick save, you know, just like scare him. Oh, that time the crime got reported. Why didn't it get reported the first time?
She's crazy!
Cyber psychosis. Ah. Fucking blasted his head like a grape. Here, let's try to see if we can fight Max out real quick. Especially because I can keep one shot in these little guys. Send me max tack, or send me death.
Neutralizing the suspect! Moving in! Fire! Call for backup!
Oh, good hit. All right, I guess. Cops were just waiting for a cyber psycho. Yeah. Wait, I got 1 health left. Damn. They were all like waiting in an ambush. I will say though, the cops are better now and make more sense than when the game first came out and you constantly see them do dumb shit. Like, they're straight up like just disappearing and then appearing in the walls around you and stuff. Their response time was 3 seconds. Why am I running like a dweeb? I have a car.
The time has come for a close encounter of the third kind. A small step for V, but a giant leap for humankind. Who are you betting on showing up? The reptilians or techno-necromancers?
I'm thinking Alpha Centauri. Reptilians.
The reptilians, obviously. If anything's fishy, always pin it on the reptilians.
V. Hate to tell you this, but reptilians don't exist. Do we need to have a talk about Santa Claus too?
Enough joking around. Gotta be quiet, gotta wait.
Find somewhere to hide. Huh. You're actually sticking around this time. Doesn't usually do that. What's up, Johns? I'm actually getting a close look at your arm. It's kind of cool. Damn, to the armpit even.
No.
How's everyone doing? Alright, we're going to do some more of the Invincible today. Hope you're all ready for that, so let's get right into it. Sorry, I forgot to go into the menu so it'd quiet down. Alright, yesterday we launched some nukes, which turns out to be a massive mistake like I thought it would be, but it was fun to try because I wanted to know. Had to know. Today I tried making my hot chocolate with milk heated over the stove, which should be good. By the way, Alisa Jafar, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Mobile Infantry Trooper. Now you're one of us. To Reutra's utter shock, the Cloud defeats the Cyclopses.
I guess I still have some time to look around.
Keep forgetting I gotta hold it.
Condor, are you there? This is the commander of the IC Dragonfly unit, Astrogator Novik.
I'm here, Astrogator. Unfortunately, I don't have good news. The Cyclops got out of control.
What do you mean?
Just like the other machines. Now, it'll wander around aimlessly. Or even worse.
I had a feeling it would end like this. Do you know what Rehitra is planning now?
I have no idea.
But then I need to talk to him.
You, sir?
Yes. Can you switch me somehow?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Readjusting a window.
I'm switching you to the bridge.
Earlier.
You should be able to hear you now. Done. Please talk.
Hello, Condor. This is Astrogator Novik, commander of the IC Dragonfly ship. I repeat, this is Astrogator Novik to the crew of the USCA Condor cruiser. Please come in.
Could you stop with all these? Rohitra, Engineer Rohitra. Among our crew, I'm the last man standing, so to speak, which I guess makes me commander. Who would have thought?
In that case, I'm making an official request to join our forces, to prevent the danger that threatens both sides.
Oh, enough, Novik. That's enough. I agree, officially and all that jazz. We're already taking steps to eliminate the threat. I'd even say that your crew is working on it pretty damn actively. We stopped playing defense and took the fight to them. The Cloud suffered significant losses. As a counterattack, though, it disrupted our communications.
Playing defense sounds a lot better than we're getting our asses kicked.
Doctor, not now, please.
No, it's true. Fighting against the Cloud is exceptionally difficult. But any opponent can be defeated.
Good.
All it takes is the right tool.
With the milk.
Meaning what exactly? Let me remind you that we're dealing with a dispersed entity whose technological prowess is still unknown. And it has so far destabilized every machine sent its way. Even the most specialized ones.
That's why I'll keep it simple this time. No electro brains, no memory.
What? A nuclear weapon? Seriously?
Damn right. I won't leave all this unresolved.
How many warheads do you have?
54. From
Damn.
30 kilos to 100 megatons.
Oh, that's quite an arsenal. Over the top, I'd say.
I'm preparing 8 smaller warheads to start with.
And then?
We'll see.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Rohitra?
Listen, Yasna, I know how it must look to you. A hot-headed guy from the Alliance who wants to use nukes. But put yourself in my shoes. I have 24 hours tops of complete situational awareness. I'm taking action here and now based on my best judgment. I don't know what will happen later. Where will I wake up? In what condition? So I'm going to avenge my people before that happens and ensure the safety of those who survived. They all deserve better than this. I know you understand. You're like me. You would do anything for your crew.
True. Won't save anyone by taking revenge. I get it. I'd like to avenge him too.
I understand, yes. Although it's hard to talk about revenge here. We are dealing with creations of necro-evolution. Dead evolution. Probably non-sentient ones. Taking revenge on the Cloud is like...
Whipping the ocean for sinking a ship?
Exactly. Like Xerxes. That's why I would consider this problem in the category of neutralization. Not vengeance. After all, nothing guarantees the flies will stay on Regis 3 if they continue to evolve.
Wait a minute, Doctor. Even if they were to master space navigation, wouldn't it take hundreds of thousands of years?
Millions of years, even, considering the evolutionary timeline. However, they could threaten humanity much sooner, by sheer chance.
Not a chance I'm willing to take.
Let's not overreact. If we factor in sheer chance, we might as well get killed by a meteor.
No, Novik. It's not a meteor or an ocean or a storm. They don't hunt or degrade or cripple you mentally.
You, Rohitra, are still reasoning as though we were standing face to face with a thinking opponent. What if these beings are not our enemy at all?
Oh, good one. Are you forgetting how many of us they've already killed?
I will never forget, Rohitra. Still, I can't help feeling that they operate without any strategic plan. They attack from one incident to another. They're non-sentient, as the doctor put it.
So what, they're stupid? And that's why they can't be hostile? It's absolute nonsense.
Well, it could be. Yes, sir. What do you think?
Consciously hostile. Enemies, even if we don't know it. You're thick as a brick. No.
They're not stupid or hostile, but rather programmed to react to radio waves, to brain waves.
How?
They're breaking down communications to thwart the exchange of information.
So, They see no difference between a man and a machine? They take our brains for transmitters. That's why they're attacking us?
Exactly.
Wait, what species are you talking about?
Dr. Yasna found various traces of conflict, lasting for hundreds of thousands of generations.
Oh, they certainly competed with the local fauna. We've seen fish that evolved to sense electromagnetic fields. And underground, I found fossils of lizard-like reptiles. Some of them must have been predatory.
Well, I find it hard to believe that any prehistoric reptiles would possess our level of technology, not to mention an arsenal.
They wouldn't have. But there were other machines here as well.
Other machines?
Okay, so
I
she's
don't buy
mentioning
it.
that too.
It's like some robot fables.
No, Rachel, these are no fables. We have gathered evidence for all this.
How did these machines even get here? Who built them?
Probably some alien race. Highly evolved. It all adds up if we assume they crashed on Regis 3. But not even a single living organism survived the accident. Only machines were left.
And then what? They started bashing in each other's tin heads? Doesn't make much sense to me. Machines don't have emotions.
First things first. Millions of years ago, some highly advanced race sent machines to Regis 3. And these were specialized homeostatic mechanisms, left with no one to command them. As an engineer, you know well how it is. A robot does what it needs to do, whether it serves someone or not. At first, they probably just repaired themselves, or built a home for their dead masters.
Until something forced them to change.
Exactly. Certain types of predator eat anything that moves. So I'm betting they were attacked by a local fauna. The key was that these machines had the ability to produce others as needed. To combat, say, flying reptiles, they started producing flying machines.
That still doesn't explain why they started fighting among themselves. Since they already defeated the living organisms, why keep producing themselves? It makes no sense.
What's a guiding principle of a homeostat?
I don't...
That was a rhetorical question. It's all about survival in changing conditions, even the harshest ones. Further forms of necroevolution were no longer threatened by the local fauna, but they had to find sources of energy and materials from which they could produce replacement parts and offspring. Originally, their descendants were undoubtedly powered by radiant radiation. But on Regis, there are no radioactive elements at all.
Sounds familiar. When the energy runs out, you have to wheel and deal.
Yes, the default source wasn't available anywhere. So they had to look for an alternative. There was a severe energy crisis and a conflict among the machines. Simply put, they fought to survive. Exist. That's what evolution is all about. About selection.
Wait, Doctor. We've established that these beings are mindless. Shouldn't the organisms with the most developed nervous systems win the game of evolution? In this case, instead of a nervous system, there was some kind of electrical one, but the principle remains the same.
Not exactly, sir. The most advanced of the mechanisms that landed here derived energy from their own radioactive resources. Simpler devices such as small repair systems could have had solar panels. And in that case, would have had a significant advantage over the others.
But the other ones could defend themselves. They could attack.
With atomic power. Yes, that's possible. But I see it differently. In necroevolution, the most successful beings were those that excelled in miniaturization above all else. Also, the sedentary creations. The former gave rise to the cloud, which the flies form when necessary, in pursuit of a common interest. Meanwhile, the sedentary ones gave rise to a peculiar species of metallic vegetation. Those structures formed the city.
So, it's still functional?
No. For some reason, the city lost the fight for survival. And now, there are only rusting remains. Only one form survived. The microbots that conquered the land on Regis 3.
Yeah.
So, these flies just adapted best.
To the conditions of this planet. Yes, that's how it works.
So, to summarize, some alien race sent advanced robots to Regis 3. local dinosaur-like monsters tried to eat them. So the robots produced other robots, which produced more and more robots, until they fell victim to their own overproduction. After a number of iterations and wars for resources, they spat out the murderous cloud, which took over the planet.
Indeed. To put it simply.
For me, the matter is perfectly clear. It makes no sense to bomb these creatures. I'll even say it's a greater danger to us than to them.
But how else do you imagine defeating the cloud?
That's the thing. I don't. It's invincible. Yes, sir. Do you agree?
Well,
I'll agree. We shouldn't attack.
Yeah, I very much agree. Another attack would make no difference. Just a few flies are enough for the cloud to regenerate.
what if we destroy their nests?
No, Ritra. Unless we want to destroy the entire planet, it's impossible to eliminate them all. And even then, there's no guarantee they would die in space. After all, the flies need no air, water, or food, only solar energy.
But what else can we do, if not attack?
Wait for the Invincible.
We can leave this place and never come back.
How so? Your commander will swoop down from orbit and pick us up? Or do you have an extra ship up your sleeve?
I'm afraid none of these.
I was thinking about a saucer, or some other vehicle from the Condor.
Don't count on it, Yasna. It's a miracle we arrived on that wreck of a saucer. Nothing else flies around here, I checked. Let's drop it, all right? Further discussion is pointless. The charges are almost ready.
Rahitra, for fuck's sake, be reasonable.
You won't stand
I tried
down,
nuking him, it didn't work, buddy.
An escalatory solution won't work. We'll only needlessly draw the cloud's attention. And I won't have you endanger my subordinate.
Oh, good one. I wasn't the one who sent her to the surface of this shithole of a planet.
Yes, I admit. We've all made mistakes. Placed too much trust in our blasters and sensors, in our protective fields. Now we're suffering the consequences. However, we must be aware that we are facing a problem that renders our ambitions irrelevant.
What ambitions are you raving about, Navik? Maybe I can't come up with a million smart-sounding arguments, but I know it's the right move. Now give me a second. I have to finish this.
Now I can't.
How long will it take you?
Just a moment. They will pay for all this.
They? It's not a conscious entity. It's dead.
You're wrong, Yasna. It's about to be dead.
Buddy, don't make me have to sit through all that again. I literally clicked right as it disappeared. Come on, let me put him to sleep. No, I don't want to sit through all that conversation again. Fuck. Why would they disappear the option right when it was the perfect time to do it? Like, just when you get done hearing Navik talk about this stuff. Well, this time he launched the nukes.
This will clear the area of the flies. I can already see them melting. Take that, fucks.
Yeah, you didn't hit them hard enough. They're coming.
I'm not sure anything changed.
What? Is this a joke? No one and nothing can...
It's unbelievable. They really are invincible.
Another fiasco?
This can't be happening.
Doctor, I don't understand.
The flies!
Ritra, they're flying this way.
What the hell has he done?
At that point, just launch all the nukes.
Astrogator, you must evacuate. Now.
This time we're in here. We'll be safe.
I'll join you later. Don't you go, bright sun.
Yasna! Yasna, are you there?
All my legs are heavy. And the field is not inviting.
Also, how would they know this crap will launch those? Okay. Let's try this again. God damn it, I hate having to sit through long conversations like that and not being able to skip.
I guess I still have some time to look around.
Why are you like this? Yeah, I'm knocking you the fuck out first chance I get then. This is annoying. Me launching nukes? Funny. Great. Amazing. You getting to launch nukes? Dumb. Stupid. You're not me.
Condor, are you there? This is the commander of the IC Dragonfly unit, Astrogator Novik.
I'm here, Astrogator. Unfortunately, I don't have good news. The Cyclops got out of control.
What do you mean?
Just like the other machines. Now, it'll wander around aimlessly. Or even worse.
I had a feeling it would end like this. Do you know what Rahitra is planning now?
I have no idea.
Well, then I need to talk to him.
You, sir?
Yes. Can you switch me somehow?
Okay. I'm switching you to the bridge. He should be able to hear you now. Done. Please talk.
Hello, Condor. This is Astrogator Novik,
Okay,
commander of the IC Dragonfly ship.
New boss.
I repeat, this is Astrogator Novik to the crew of the USCA Condor cruiser. Please come in.
Could you stop with all these? Rohitra, Engineer Rohitra. Among our crew, I'm the last man standing, so to speak, which I guess makes me commander. Who would have thought?
In that case, I'm making an official request to join our forces, to prevent the danger that threatens both sides.
Oh, enough, Novik. That's enough. I agree, officially and all that jazz. We're already taking steps to eliminate the threat. I'd even say that your crew is working on it pretty damn actively. We stopped playing defense and took the fight to them. The Cloud suffered significant losses. As a counterattack, though, it disrupted our communications. That's why we need to change tactics.
To be honest, I don't see how changing tactics in this situation would make any difference.
I strongly disagree, Novik. All it takes is the right tool.
Meaning what exactly? Let me remind you that we're dealing with a dispersed entity whose technological prowess is still unknown. And it has so far destabilized every machine sent its way. Even the most specialized ones.
That's why I'll keep it simple this time. No electro brains, no memory, only pure energy.
You still haven't answered me, Rahitra. Please, just tell me straight. What are you up to?
I'm arming the charges.
Arming what? Explosives, cluster munitions?
Hydrogen.
What? Rahitra? Are you serious?
Damn right. I won't leave all this unresolved.
How many warheads do you have?
54. From 30 kilos to 100 megatons.
Oh, that's quite an arsenal. Over the top, I'd say.
I'm preparing 8 smaller warheads to
Oh, I
start
missed
with.
it.
And then?
We'll see.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Rahitra?
Listen, Yasna, I know how it must look to you. A hot-headed guy from the Alliance who wants to use nukes. But put yourself in my shoes. I have 24 hours tops of complete situational awareness. I'm taking action here and now based on my best judgment. I don't know what will happen later. Where will I wake up? In what condition? So I'm going to avenge my people before that happens and ensure the safety of those who survived. They all deserve better than this. I know you understand. You're like me. You would do anything for your crew.
I understand, yes. Although it's hard to talk about revenge here. We are dealing with creations of necro-evolution. Dead evolution. Probably non-sentient ones.
I think a
Taking
supposed thing
revenge on
to
the
skipping
cloud
you
is
can
like-
do is just don't answer.
Whipping the ocean for sinking a ship?
Exactly. Like Xerxes. That's why I would
But I still
consider this
want them to
problem in
go
the
through the
category of
options just in case it's,
neutralization.
helps you with
Not
like
vengeance.
things
After
later.
all,
Like, yeah, we were friends.
Nothing
See?
guarantees
I
the
said all those
flies will
nice
stay
things
on
to you.
Regis 3 if they continue to evolve.
Wait a minute, Doctor. Even if they were to master space navigation, wouldn't it take hundreds of thousands of years?
Millions of years, even, considering the evolutionary timeline. However, they could threaten humanity much sooner by sheer chance.
Not a chance I'm willing to take.
Let's not overreact. If we factor in sheer chance, we might as well get killed by a meteor.
No, Novik. It's not a meteor or an ocean or a storm. They don't hunt or degrade or cripple you mentally.
You, Hitra, are still reasoning as though we were standing face to face with a thinking opponent. What if these beings are not our enemy at all?
Oh, good one. Are you forgetting how many of us they've already killed?
I will never forget, Hitra. Still, I can't help feeling that they operate without any strategic plan. They attack from one incident to another. They're non-sentient, as the doctor put it.
So what, they're stupid? And that's why they can't be hostile? It's absolute nonsense.
Well, it could be. Yasna, what do you think?
They're not stupid or hostile, but rather programmed to react to radio waves, to brain waves.
How?
They're breaking down communications to thwart the exchange of information.
So, they see no difference between a man and a machine? They take our brains for transmitters. That's why they're attacking us?
Exactly.
Wait, what species are you talking about?
Dr. Yasna found various traces of conflict.
Oh, they certainly competed with the local fauna. We've seen fish that evolved to sense electromagnetic fields. And underground, I found fossils of lizard-like reptiles. Some of them must have been predatory.
Well, I find it hard to believe that any prehistoric reptiles would possess our level of technology, not to mention an arsenal.
Well, they wouldn't have. But there were other machines here as well.
Other machines? I don't buy it. It's like some robot fables.
No, Rachel, these are no fables. We have gathered evidence for all this.
How did these machines even get here? Who built them?
Probably some alien race. Highly evolved. It all adds up if we assume they crashed on Regis 3. But not even a single living organism survived the accident. Only machines were left.
And then what? They started bashing in each other's tin heads? Doesn't make much sense to me. Machines don't have emotions. They don't argue.
First things first.
I just let them go through
Millions
the
of years
paces.
ago, some highly advanced race sent machines to Regis 3. And these were specialized homeostatic mechanisms, left with no one to command them. As an engineer, you know well how it is. A robot does what it needs to do, whether it serves someone or not. At first, they probably just repaired themselves, or built a home for their dead masters.
Until something forced them to change.
Exactly. Certain types of predator eat anything that moves. So I'm betting they were attacked by local fauna. The key was that these machines had the ability to produce others as needed. To combat, say, flying reptiles, they started producing flying machines.
That still doesn't explain why they started fighting among themselves. Since they already defeated the living organisms, why keep producing themselves? It makes no sense.
What's a guiding principle of a homeostat?
I don't...
That was a rhetorical question. It's all about survival in changing conditions, even the harshest ones. Further forms of necroevolution were no longer threatened by the local fauna, but they had to find sources of energy and materials from which they could produce replacement parts and offspring. Originally, their descendants were undoubtedly powered by radiant radiation. But on Regis, there are no radioactive elements at all.
Ah, sounds familiar. When the energy runs out, you have to wheel and deal.
Yes, the default source wasn't available anywhere. So they had to look for an alternative. There was a severe energy crisis and a conflict among the machines. Simply put, they fought to survive. Exist. That's what evolution is all about. About selection.
Alright, let's knock him out.
We've established that these beings are mindless. Shouldn't the organisms with the most developed nervous systems win the game of evolution? In this case, instead of a nervous system, there was some kind of electrical one, but the principle remains the same.
Not exactly, sir. The most advanced of the mechanisms that landed here derived energy from their own radioactive resources. Simpler devices such as small repair systems could have had solar panels. And in that case, would have had a significant advantage over the others.
But the other ones could defend themselves. They could attack.
With atomic power. Yes, that's possible. But I see it differently. In necroevolution, the most successful beings were those that excelled in miniaturization above all else. Also, the sedentary creations. The former gave rise to the cloud, which the flies form when necessary, in pursuit of a common interest. Meanwhile, the sedentary ones gave rise to a peculiar species of metallic vegetation. Those structures formed the city.
So,
we're
it's
almost
still
there.
functional?
No. For some reason, the city lost a fight for survival. And now, there are only rusting remains. Only one form survived. The microbots that conquered the land on Regis 3.
So, these flies just adapted best.
To the conditions of this planet. Yes, that's how it works.
So, to summarize, some
Finally.
alien race sent advanced robots to Regis 3. The local dinosaur-like monsters tried to eat them, so the robots produced other robots, which produced more robots, until they fell victim to their own
Let's do another
overproduction. After a number of iterations and wars for resources, they spat out the murderous cloud, which took over the planet.
Indeed. To put it simply,
For me, the matter is perfectly clear. It makes no sense to bomb these creatures. I'll even say it's a greater danger to us than to them.
But how else do you imagine defeating the cloud?
Well, that's the thing. I don't. It's invincible. Yes, sir. Do you agree?
Well,
we'll just have to quarantine the solar system. There. No, we have to attack, I believe.
yeah. I very much agree. Another attack would make no difference. Just a few flies are enough for the cloud to regenerate.
what if we destroy their nests?
No, Ritra.
They don't have
Unless we want to destroy the entire planet, it's impossible to eliminate them all. And even then, there's no guarantee they would die in space. After all, the flies need no air, water, or food, only solar energy.
But what else could we do, if not attack?
The Invincible is near. We can wait for its arrival.
Huh, right.
That is one solution.
Somehow I had a feeling I would never leave this place.
You don't have a lander?
We had two.
But the cloud destroyed both.
Let's drop it, all right? Further discussion is pointless. The charges are almost ready.
Rahitra, for fuck's sake, be reasonable.
You won't stand down, will you?
An escalatory solution won't work. Will only needlessly draw the cloud's attention. And I won't have you endanger my subordinate.
Oh, good one. I wasn't the one who sent her to the surface of this shithole of a planet.
Yes, Rahitra?
Yes, of
Rahitra,
course, for Hitcher to stop further
He won't answer
attacks
you,
on
sir.
the cloud.
Not anymore.
Oh. Did you neutralize it?
I put him to sleep. It's cruel, I know. He will forget everything. All over again.
No, you did the right thing.
Yeah, but you
Wasn't
might wake
listening
up
to
and realize,
reason.
oh, nukes are ready.
You would have blown everything up. Most likely along with the both of you. You actually saved his life.
I'll send a message to the Invincible. A short report on the status of the crew and on our discoveries.
Should also introduce yourself as a member of the Commonwealth. It's better not to hide it. It'll only arouse suspicion.
Yes, that's what I'll do. So, all we can do now is...
Yes, indeed, Doctor. Yes, sir. It was truly an honor. I'm having a hard time finding the right words.
I know I couldn't keep my mouth shut. Sometimes. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm extremely grateful to you. You could have flown away so many times, yet you stayed with me until the end. Thank you.
You shouldn't thank me. It was my bounden duty as commander. My only regret is that I couldn't do more. And that some decisions...
Please don't blame yourself anymore. There's no point. Now Koval and Krauter need you. Understood?
Yes, Mom.
Have a safe journey, Novik.
Thank you, yes, sir. And... see you soon. Over and out.
2 days later, light ship.
Finally.
Wait, a few days later, so that we keep putting boy to sleep, or what?
It's them.
Great to see the
Switching to
rival.
the channels.
To all units in the perimeter, this is the Chief Navigator of the USCA Invincible Cruiser. We're preparing to land on Regis 3. Call code Sierra Alpha Romeo. Estimated time of approach, T-minus 20.
Searching for me. Hello, Invincible? It's Condor here.
Oh, Condor, we hear you. I confirm. We picked up your coordinates yesterday with a message from a member of the Interplanetary Commonwealth.
Invincible, I confirm. This is Dr. Yasna, the IC member.
Dr. Yasna, nice to meet you. My name is Rohan. Is it your message that we received?
Yes.
In that case, I'd like a confirmation. Are the rest of the crew still unconscious?
Hey, you.
I confirm.
You. What have you done?
Shit. He might have a real gun now. Okay, so there's that ending. Is there a way to chapter select it? I don't think so. God damn it, do we have to sit the whole conversation again? Alright. Last one is ask for a lift,
I
but
guess
don't
I still have
actually
some
do it.
time to look around.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping it would save to, like, just after I knocked him out. Ah, fucker. We're accidentally doing all the endings today, guys. I never usually do that. Come on, keep turning. Oh, I can use WASD. Okay.
This is the commander of the IC.
I'm here, Astrogator. Unfortunately, I don't have good news. The Cyclops got out of control.
What do you mean?
Just like the other machines. Now,
I think I'll skip
to
the discussion
wander around
later on.
aimlessly.
I'm just gonna knock
Or
him
even
out.
worse.
I had a feeling it would end like this. Do you know what we're here to?
Yeah, there's gotta be a way.
I have no idea.
Well, then I need to talk to him.
You, sir?
Yes. Can you switch me somehow?
Okay. I'm switching you to the bridge. He should be able to hear you now. Done. Please talk.
Our boy T-Post.
Hello, Condor. This is Astrogator Novik, commander of the IC Dragonfly ship. I repeat, this is Astrogator Novik to the crew of the USCA Condor cruiser. Please come in.
Could you stop with all these? Rohitra, Engineer Rohitra. Among our crew, I'm the last man standing, so to
Last
speak,
man
which I guess
standing.
makes me commander. Who would have
In
thought?
that case, I'm making an official request to join our forces to prevent the danger that threatens both sides.
Oh, enough, Novik. That's enough. I agree, officially, and all that jazz. We're already taking steps to eliminate the threat. I'd even say that your crew is working on it pretty damn actively. We stopped playing defense and took the fight to them. The Cloud suffered significant losses. As a counterattack, though, it disrupted our communications. That's
Yeah,
why
if I
we
just
need to
skip those, I
change
think it'll go
tactics.
faster.
To be honest, I don't see how changing tactics in this situation would make any difference.
I strongly disagree, Novik. All it takes is the right tool.
Meaning what exactly? Let me remind you that we're dealing with a dispersed entity whose technological prowess is still unknown. And it has so far destabilized every machine sent its way. Even the most specialized ones.
That's why I'll keep it simple this time. No electro brains, no memory, only pure energy.
You still haven't answered me, Hitra. Please, just tell me straight. What are you up to?
I'm arming the charges.
Arming what? Explosives, cluster munitions?
Hydrogen.
What? Rihitra? Are you serious?
Damn right. I won't leave all this unresolved.
How many warheads do you have?
54. From 30 kilos to 100 megatons.
Oh, that's quite an arsenal. Over the top, I'd say.
I'm preparing 8 smaller warheads to start with.
And then?
We'll see.
I'm against escalating the conflict.
Huh. So much for our groundbreaking cooperation.
I didn't... Why do you jump to conclusions so quickly? How has it turned out for you so far? Clearly you lack tactical experience.
Save it, Novik. I don't need a lecture. This is my ship and my people. And it's my goddamn duty to avenge them. Period. Yasna, I know you understand. You're like me. You would do anything for your crew.
Look, I understand how you feel. But you can't approach this problem in terms of revenge. We are dealing with creations of necro-evolution. Dead evolution. And probably non-sentient ones. Taking revenge on the cloud is like...
Whipping the ocean for sinking a ship?
Exactly. Like Xerxes. We won't gain anything from a mindless attack. On the other hand, knowledge about these creations may turn out to be crucial in helping their victims. In helping you, Rihitra.
My memory, you could...
It's possible.
Well, thank you.
What for? I haven't done anything.
For reminding me of my mom. But as long as the cloud is a threat to others, my condition comes second.
You, Rihitra, are still reasoning as though we were standing face to face with a thinking opponent. What if these beings are not our enemy at all?
Oh, good one. Are you forgetting how many of us they've already killed?
I will never forget, Rihitra. Still, I can't help feeling that they operate without any strategic plan. They attack from one incident to another. They're non-sentient, as the doctor put it.
So what, they're stupid? And that's why they can't be hostile? It's absolute nonsense.
Well, it could be. Yasna, what do you think?
They're not stupid or hostile, but rather programmed to react. To radio waves, to brain waves.
How?
They're breaking down communications to thwart the exchange of information.
So... they see no difference between a man and a machine? They take our brains for transmitters. That's why they're attacking us?
Exactly.
Wait, what species are you talking about?
Dr. Yasna found various traces of conflict, lasting for hundreds of thousands of generations.
Well, they certainly competed with the local fauna. We've seen fish that evolved to sense electromagnetic fields. And underground, I found fossils of lizard-like reptiles. Some of them must have been predatory.
Well, I find it hard to believe that any prehistoric reptiles would possess our level of technology, not to mention an arsenal.
They wouldn't have. But there were other machines here as well.
Other machines? I don't buy it. It's like some robot fables.
No, Rachel, these are no fables. We have gathered evidence for all this.
How did these machines even get here? Who built them?
Probably some alien race. Highly evolved. It all adds up if we assume they crashed on Regis 3. But not even a single living organism survived the accident. Only machines were left.
And then what? They started bashing in each other's tin heads? Doesn't make much sense to me. Machines don't have emotions. They don't argue.
I'm sorry, but I don't know if there's any point in discussing this further. In short, we are facing an entity that has triumphed over countless adversaries, both organic and mechanical ones.
I see no point in prolonging this discussion. For me, the matter is perfectly clear. It makes no sense to bomb these creatures. I'll even say it's a greater danger to us than to them.
But how else do you imagine defeating the Cloud?
Well, that's the thing. I don't. It's invincible. Yes, sir, do you agree?
Well?
Yeah, I very much agree. Another attack would make no difference. Just a few flies are enough for the Cloud to regenerate.
What if we destroy their nests?
No, Ritra. Unless we want to destroy the entire planet, it's impossible to eliminate them all. And even then, there's no guarantee they would die in space. After all, the flies need no air, water, or food, only solar energy.
Hurry up! I want to stab him
What
already.
else could we do, if not attack?
We can leave this place and never come back.
How so? Your commander will swoop down from orbit and pick us up? Or do you have an extra ship up your sleeve?
I'm afraid none of these.
I was thinking about a saucer, or some other vehicle from the Condor.
Don't count on it, Yasna. It's a miracle we arrived on that wreck with a saucer. Nothing else flies around here, I checked. Let's drop it, all right? Further discussion is pointless. The charges are almost ready.
Rahitra, for fuck's sake, be reasonable.
You won't stand down, will you?
An escalatory solution won't work. Will only needlessly draw the Cloud's attention. And I won't have... Rahitra? Rahitra, over.
He won't answer you, sir. Not anymore.
Oh. Did you neutralize it?
I put him to sleep. It's cruel, I know. He will forget everything.
Put him in
over
a
again.
cryopod.
No, you did the right thing. He wasn't listening to reason. He would have blown everything up. Most likely along with the both of you. You actually saved his life.
I'd love to fly away. Go back home.
Sorry, Yasna. If only I could switch places with you.
I wouldn't let you do that, sir.
Of course. Gotten to know you quite well recently. And you certainly wouldn't.
So, all we can do now is...
Yes, indeed, Doctor. Yes, sir. It was truly an honor. I'm having a hard time finding the right words.
I guess this is the final.
I have one last
Like there's
request.
no way to get
Listen.
past it.
I'd like Koval and Krauter to remember me, even just from your
Credits there
stories.
is.
Of course. I'll let everyone know what you did for them.
No. I don't care about gratitude. I just want them to know who I was. I am.
Right. I will try to do justice in capturing your extraordinary character. Although I must admit, it's not an easy assignment.
As always. I'm not making anything easier for you, Novik.
As always, Yasna.
Have a safe journey.
Thank you, and take care. Over and out.
How did he not find us for like 2-3 days?
Finally. It's them. They're switching through the channels.
To all units in the perimeter, this is the Chief Navigator of the USCA Invincible Cruiser. We're preparing to land on Regis 3. Call code Sierra Alpha Romeo. Estimated time of approach,
It's been a few days, but he's still here.
Searching for me.
Weird.
To all units in the perimeter, this is the Chief Navigator of the USCA Invincible Cruiser. Please respond.
They could slow it down a little.
Alright. Seems no one is answering here. I'll try another channel.
Hello, Invincible? It's Condor here.
Oh, Condor, we hear you. I confirm. We picked up your coordinates yesterday with a message from a member of the Interplanetary Commonwealth.
Invincible, I confirm. This is Dr. Yasna, the IC member.
Dr. Gasna, nice to meet you. My name is Rohan. Is it your message that we received?
Yes.
In that case, I'd like a confirmation. Are the rest of the crew still unconscious?
Hey, you.
I confirm.
You. What have you done?
Nothing. Okay, so that's every ending that we could possibly figure out. I don't think there's any other way that's supposed to end. And there's no way to drag his body off to the, hibernation or any of that fun stuff, which kind of sucks. I don't know, maybe there is another ending, but I don't know how to do it, so we'll just call it good there. It was fun. I would like more games like this. I always enjoyed these sorts of games where there's like no real combat or anything. Just a lot of exploring and learning about a mystery or something. Like, that's one of the things I really liked about Amnesia and, was it Soma? Yeah, Soma. Were really fun like that. There wasn't really combat. It was mostly just figuring things out and having a good time doing it. So I think what I'm gonna do is end the stream, then come back and we're gonna do a little bit of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think that'll be fun. Plus it's only whatever time. Yeah. Alright, I see you, Bill Murphy. Thank you for everything you guys do. Let's see. Wait, is that it for the credits? This is the shortest credits I've ever seen. I was just about to start reading them off, too. Like, just grabbing random names like I do for every other game. We only saw one that we were ready for, and yeah, that was it. Alright, let's go through the comic book, though. Alright, so we saw all this. Field Base Archives. USCA Condor, one of the Cosmo Soldiers Alliance flagship, makes an emergency landing on Ridge 3. During the prolonged repair, part of the crew sets out to scout the planet. Members of the Alliance explore the Metal City. The Alliance men carry mysterious samples out of the tunnel. Unexpectedly, the Alliance machines turn against their own masters. That's when they started blasting. Dragonfly en route. We read all this one. Reach 3 issue. Wait, did we read this? Yeah, because that's when he had the broken leg and we were waking up. Reach 3 appears to be of no research value, yet the Commonwealth's rival faction, the Alliance, is sending its most powerful unit there, the USCA Invincible. Although the planet has desolated and lifeless surface, its oceans are teeming with life that, for some reason, didn't move to the land during the process of evolution. Crew members take a commemorative photo with a living aquatic organism. 4 researchers discover mysterious and unnatural structures made of metal alloys. Unfortunately, the dragonfly suddenly loses contact with them. Before radio contact disruption, the Commonwealth probe detected nothing strange except an unusually strong EM field. Astrogator Novik decides to send Dr. Yasna to the planet's surface in order to find the crew. While looking for companions, Yasna comes across metal bushes, and she's suddenly paralyzed by the terrible headache. Dazed, she stumbles and falls off a cliff. Yasna regains consciousness from her fall and sees the cloud of metal flies. Yasna, the dragonfly's astrobiologist, wakes up all alone, disoriented, and amnesiac. In an unfamiliar place. She hopes that someone is still receiving her messages despite the connection issues. Yasna discovers that she is on a desolated planet, I can just say desolate planet, called Regis 3, wanting to learn more. She heads to the nearby camp of her crew. Oops, shoot. Didn't mean to do that. When a challenge arises, Yasna handles it with due caution and prudence. The head injury appears to be serious. Yasna blacks out again. Yasna manages to reach the camp, but encounters only an unresponsive robot. In one of the tents, Yasna finds Dr. Krauta, who's in a deep stupor. Using cable from Krauta's radio, she regains contact with astrogator Novik. Yasna helps Novik reboot the Androbot so it can take care of Krauta. Allured by the sound of drilling machines, Yasna enters the excavation site, but no one else is there. Yasna finds Dr. Merritt, but it's too late to save her. Moved by Merritt's death, Yasna decides to return her friend's body to the lander. Yasna encounters another crew member, Koval. He's alive, though exhibits symptoms of the same stupor Dr. Krauta. Yasna carries him to the lander. Yasna restarts the Commonwealth's probe, which from now on accompanies her in in her journey. She also decides to give the device a new name. Yeah, Luna, the last man. During search of the last crew member, Dr. Gorski, Yasna used a metal detector to track underground structures. The lander returns to the Dragonfly and with Artie and secured crew members on board. Yasna talks to Novik about the future of cybernetics. She sees opportunities for development and prosperity in autonomous systems. According to her, robots will eventually become equal to humans. Yasna doesn't find Dr. Gorski in his last known position. To continue the search, she enters an area with limited radio coverage. Yasna recalls that she saw similar metal bushes before, at the very beginning of the mission, just before the accident and her memory loss. Yasna finds Gorski's rope. She slides down it, but gets stuck a few meters above the ground. With no way out, she decides to make a risky jump. The city. Yasna encounters unusual metal structures. She refers to them as the city. Yasna finds Gorski's belongings along with a deployed relay. She follows the doctor's trail. After a laborious search, Yasna finally finds Gorski. However, he's immobilized, injured, and unconscious. It turns out that his blood saturation is seriously low. He was hypoxic. Yasna decides to keep the oxygen for herself and hastily carries Gorski to the landing spot where Novik is going to pick him up. Yasna sets up the relay necessary for the landing procedure. Suddenly, the ground collapses under her and Yasna falls into a very depths of the city. Cut off from radio communication with Novik, Yasna tries to get back to the surface. Yasna manages to regain contact with Novik. The Alliance. In the city, Yasna encounters a large machine, walking antimatter cannon that belongs to the Alliance. She tries to sneak past it, but the antimatter detects her. In the end, Yasna miraculously manages to survive. Yasna finds information on the Alliance's field base. Did it show Luna's sacrifice? Yeah, it does. Yasna finds information on the Alliance field base. After colliding with the antimat, the probe sustained permanent damage, so Yasna decided to retrieve its electronic brain. Yasna manages to drive out of the city in the abandoned Alliance rover. During the storm, Yasna hides in a cave. Exhausted by recent events, Yasna falls asleep in her hideout. In the morning, she leaves the city in search of a clearing to land Hopper. The last lander is destroyed during the attempt to evacuate Yasna. With no other way to get back to the Dragonfly, she's forced to seek help in the Alliance's field base. Field base. Yasna reaches the field base and watches the Alliance units from hiding. Despite her concerns, she moves towards them. It soon turns out the field base is empty. Yasna finds a geological study by the Alliance, which reveals that the planet once hosted life on its lands. Yasna stumbles upon research on the aquatic organisms. They turn out to be fish similar to those on Earth, except they possess a unique organ capable of detecting electromagnetic waves. Thanks to the alarm recording device, Yasna discovers that the direct cause of Gorsy's death was hypoxia. Novik hid the fact from her. Yasna feels guilty. It happens to the best of us. Yasna discovers the destination of the last convoy that left the field base. She sets off after realizing that there may be a chance to find other people. When Yasna locates the convoy, she finds out that everyone is dead. There had to be a fight beforehand. The anti-mass logs show that the Alliance machines turned against their masters. The Alliance was particularly interested in the fruits growing out of the metal bushes. Yasna decides to get some for the Commonwealth's research. The previously inactive anti-mat turns on and destroys the robot carrying the fruits. However, the deadly machine ignores Yasna and shuts down again. While searching the convoy's vehicle, Yasna discovers that fruits can fly and generate an electromagnetic field. The Alliance called them flies. Yasna finds an active Alliance probe, which from then on accompanies her on her further journey. In one of the transporters, Yasna discovers containers with flies. Wanting to see how they work, she inadvertently lures a huge swarm of microbots. While escaping, Yasna is knocked unconscious, but memories of her first encounter with them come back to her. With the cloud. Yasna notices silhouettes of living people near the balloon. Even though Novik doesn't believe her, Yasna goes there. After analyzing the balloon's logs, Yasna confirms the presence of a human in the area. She also discovers the potential location of their hideout. Survivors. Yasna meets an armed man who takes her prisoner. The stranger leads Yasna to his hideout, where she meets two other men in a state of deep stupor. Both fell victim to the cloud. Yasna provokes Rohitra to talk to her, but she fails to convince him of her innocence. He remains distrustful and vigilant. Yasna manages to sneak out of the Alliance hideout and follows route to the Condor. Yasna finds the evacuation transporter with remaining survivors, all dead after they failed to reach the Condor. It appears that Rohitra is waiting for help that will never come. Yasna returns to Rohitra, who no longer remembers her. This time, however, she's able to persuade him and prove that no one will come to their rescue. Deeply shaken, Rohitra provokes a fight with the cloud. Rohitra and Yasna fight the cloud using a force field and anti-mat cannons. Despite many losses, Cloud manages to break through the field, so they are forced to flee in a damaged saucer. Condor. The saucer crashes near the Condor, and Yasna is knocked unconscious. After waking up, the scientist discovers that she is alone. Rohitra, who already boarded the ship, is not willing to help Yasna, so she must find a way to the upper deck on her own. Once she reaches the Condor's bridge, Yasna assisted Rohitra in fighting the cloud with the Cyclops. To Rohitra's utter shock, the cloud defeats the Cyclops. Yeah, easy peasy for them. Rohitra proposed a nuclear attack on the cloud. Yasna supports this idea. The huge explosion provides a fleeting appearance of success. Suddenly, a massive swarm of microbots covers the sky and descends on the Condor. The flies breach all the ship's defenses. Yasna decides to stay with Rahitra while awaiting the Invincible. She says goodbye to Novik. Yasna makes contact with the Invincible, which has just landed on the planet. While she's talking to that ship's main navigator, Rohan, awakened and confused, Rahitra aims a gun at her. And that's the end of that. Alright, let me end this stream so we can start the other one. Alisad Jafar, thank you for that follow once again. Welcome to the home of the Mobile Infantry Trooper. Now you're one of us. Let me get to that dad wisdom. Alright, don't forget you survived all your worst days. It's very important to remember, like I told Yasna during the game, as long as you have air in your lungs and can stand up, you might as well keep going. There's no reason to just give up. And for today's shenanigans, snakes are just portable throats. Do with that what you will. Have a wonderful evening. It's been Beard. Later.